Guardians baseball with none other than Mr. Bobby DiBiasio. And all I have to say this morning, Bob, is what the heck gets into this team? What the heck?
whatever obstacle is thrown their way, they seem to find a way to win a ball game. Good morning, Pam.
Good morning.
The one constant throughout this has been a remarkable bullpen. Keeps us in games. We just don't let teams score late on us, which allows us to try to come from behind, which we did yesterday. I mean, what David Fry, what he's done, whether it's catching, playing left field, going over to first base, pinch hitting, whatever it is, this guy just seems to rise to the occasion. And then you see a young guy like Brian Rocchio get his first walk-off hit in the big leagues, and how that will just boost his confidence. Fun game yesterday to win another series.
Yeah, and that's all you got to do. Just keep winning the series and you're in good shape.
Yep, that's the goal. We got a 4-gamer coming up starting tonight. So those are always tough to win, 3 out of 4 on the road. But we're playing the White Sox, who have struggled, but they went down to Tampa and swept the Tampa Bay Rays in Tampa. So in a 3-game series. So they're playing a little bit better. Then we're off to Texas before we come back home, when we get the real first taste of our promotional calendar. So Friday, May 17th, we got a big weekend against the Minnesota Twins, who are nipping at our heels. And we've got a whole array of promo items, the back-to-back Phantom Fireworks nights. Friday is a free T-shirt giveaway with Sugardale Dollar Dogs, a Jose Ramirez bobblehead on Saturday, Kids Fun Day on Sunday. CleeGuardians.com is the place to go.
Man, a lot of good stuff. Lots of good stuff.
Yep.
I got to ask you about Stephen Kwan, my mother's favorite player. She was so good. Tell me a little bit about it. We know 4 weeks at least, huh?
Yeah, it's when Shane Bieber went down, it was a real kick to the gut, because you heard that he was going to have surgery, so he was going to be gone the whole year. And then another kick to the gut when we talked earlier about we've got these obstacles we're facing. Stephen Kwan, he was just getting into the discussion. And one of the great things about our game is the history of our game and the players who have come before. He was starting to get in the discussion of, Kenny Lofton, Gold Glove outfielder, dynamic leadoff hitter, can steal bases. And when you're in the same, in the same sentence as a Kenny Lofton, you've achieved some elite status in this game, as Kenny was probably the most dynamic leadoff hitter in the history of our franchise. And so for him to go down, such an important piece, leading the American League and batting average, and one of the leaders in on-base percentage and runs scored, and doing all the things, just came out of the box hitting from day one.
Yeah.
And it's a bummer. You hate it when a player after the game says it's not good. Normally the player's like, "Oh, I'll be fine."
Yeah, right.
But this time he was like, "Oh yeah, this is not good." And we're like, "Uh-oh."
Well, I guess better now than later.
Yes.
Let him get healed up, and that's a good thing. And we were just asking Rosie last week, what's it going to take to bring Kyle Manzardo up? And here's what happened. And so what do you see in him? He finally got his first hit after that. The three Ks the first time, but
yeah, that was a tough opening. What was cool though, he's from Idaho, so one thing I love about the way our baseball operations people work is we will tell a young man as much as an opportunity as we possibly can in emergency situations of being called up to the big leagues. It's tough, but we had an inkling that this was going to happen. So you do tell the player in time to get his mother and father and his family to the big leagues, to wherever they're playing, so they can see their son make his major league debut. It's such an important part of that family. As you know, the mom drove the kid to travel ball. I can only imagine driving all over the state of Idaho
Oh my
to
gosh.
play some baseball in some bad weather. But they were all there, and after the game, even though he struck out 3 times, he was like a kid in a candy store, just on the field, hugging his mom and dad, and all the family and friends that made it. I think there were almost 20 that made the trek.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. And then he finally hit a ball with authority to left field, which was caught. And so he had to feel a little bit better that, his legs probably weren't shaking as much.
Yeah.
And then he finally got his first big league hit. So that was pretty fun.
That's good. That's good. All right. Well, again, they don't come back home until the 17th, but when they do, lots of good stuff there, right?
Lots of good stuff. CleeGuardians.com is the place to go. Again, a big 3-game set against the Twins. And then the New York Mets come to town as well. So a 6-game homestand against Minnesota and the Mets after we have 4 in Chicago. Then we go to Texas. So just keeps rolling along.
All right. Good to talk to you, Bob.
Thank you, Pam. You take care. Go Guardians.